Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. Welcome today to another review / giveaway courtesy of Bo Derry. You may remember earlier this year they very generously allowed me to give away 3 of their Storm watches. Today it's 3 of their brand new titanium field watches, the Voyager. Now you saw the pop-up? Free stuff equals sponsored video. This video is sponsored by Bo Derry. I will of course therefore leave a link to their website in the description of the video. Giveaway also unfortunately means scammers, so be careful. If it doesn't look or sound like a comment from me, chances are it's not me. I always ask you to follow the same procedure, the same process in these competitions, and that process does not involve WhatsApp, Telegram, or sending any money for postage. So don't get scammed. I've got 3 to give away, but if you don't win one, don't give up hope. All is not lost. These are less than $100 to buy new. With codes, they're less than $90. And for $90 you get a titanium watch with a 2-year warranty, free shipping, sapphire crystal, a Seiko movement, 100 meters of water resistance, and Swiss Luminova. I say it again, less than $90. You can see why I was keen to have a look at these, I'm sure. So what do you have to do to win one? You probably know the script by now. It's never too hard. Stick around to the end and I'll explain everything. But first, let's flip the camera and have a look at the watches. So to clarify the price, if you want it on a full titanium bracelet, and it is full titanium, they're $132, but there's at least 10% off that at the moment. You should be getting it in the high 1-teens. If you're okay with a Zulu strap, $97, but again, special offer on at the moment, $87. Alright, let's get into it. Before I open one of these boxes though, I don't normally do this, but let's have a look at what's on wrist because it's another Bo Derry. This is what they call the Sea Turtle. It's a more dive-oriented watch. They sent it to me along with these 3 for a look. I think it looks pretty good. Sapphire, ceramic, Seiko, titanium 4020. Really nice rubber strap. Lovely clasp. Look at that. It looks fantastic. $145 after the code. Yeah, I'll see if I can get another kind of multiple giveaway organised just before Christmas. Yeah, very impressive. I've so far been really impressed with what Bo Derry have been able to do for the price they charge. And what do you think of those boxes? Can you see what they are? They are shipping containers. That is hilarious. Clearly somebody at Bo Derry has a sense of humour. Alright, all 3 are the same, and they haven't just sent the watches in the boxes. They have also sent colour matched Zulus, bracelet sizing tools, spring bar removal tools, and spring bars for those Zulus. So again, the winners, the 3 winners, will get this lot as well. So I'm sure you saw from the intro, these Voyagers are available with a bunch of different dial colours, different combinations. I'll show you all 3 that they sent me, all 3 that will be given away as prizes, but I will concentrate on one of them to keep the rest of them box fresh for their new recipients. So there you are, field watch style, kind of familiar looking case though, if I am being honest. The case is very similar to the Bertucci that I reviewed last year. Bertucci have been making this case design for about 2 decades now, so I'm sure Bo Derry aren't the only ones who have copied their homework, so to speak, over those decades. I have to say though, the lug-to-lug length on this one looks considerably longer than it did on the Bertucci. Alright, let's peel off some stickers. Okay, a couple more stickers left. There's a small one on the dial advertising the fact that this is sapphire crystal, and there is a larger one on what I presume is a titanium case back. You don't often see titanium. I wouldn't be complaining if it was a stainless steel case back because titanium can actually kind of fuse with time, but this one hopefully won't. Excuse me while I peel this. Almost got it, and there we go. I will show you the case back in just a second as well. Yeah, it looks like a ship's wheel. It looks like a ship's wheel. Okay, so I guess it's the Voyager. They're going for the Voyager rather than the field element, perhaps. Slightly confused branding here, but we do have quick release spring bars on a titanium bracelet on a watch costing under $90. That's cheap. I don't use the word cheap very often, but that is cheap. Okay, we're back, we're sized and we're set, but I have to warn you, you may struggle to adjust this bracelet with the supplied bracelet adjustment tool. I had to get a bit agricultural with some of these links, whack them out with a hammer, just push pins. I'll show you the bracelet in just a second. I can show you 4 spare links though, so big guys are well catered for here today. And it is a reasonably sized watch. I measure it at 39.8mm in diameter, 10.4mm thick, but there's a slight lip. The bezel causes a slight lip above the sapphire. Again, I guess a little trick there to stop you shattering that sapphire. The lug to lug was a little longer than you would normally expect at 49.2. The lug width is also a little wider at 22mm. Again, that makes sense for a field watch, keeps it nice and balanced on wrist. But the weight, titanium, full size on a bracelet, 104 grams. Flat sapphire crystal, 100 meters of water resistance, screw down crown, and a Seiko NH35 in the back. And there we are, once again, it's that ship's wheel on the screw-on titanium case back. So there's a few things different going on here today. We've got a kind of retro field watch aesthetic and a contemporary field watch case, and then some kind of travel, ancient mariner travel references on the case back. Bracelet 3-link oyster style, no articulation though, so effectively those are just single links. Male end links too, so under 40mm, but it's going to wear slightly bigger than that, especially when combined with that slightly larger than expected lug width. Now the clasp, I'm not going to ride this one too hard, but yeah, it is the cheapest clasp that you can imagine. It says it's titanium though, yep, titanium there. Now sometimes companies put stainless steel clasps on them because they tend to wear better than titanium, but hey, Bodery, props to them, they have given us full titanium bracelet, full titanium case back, titanium case, everything including the clasp today. Case and bracelet all in that dull, raw, unfinished grey that you only get from titanium. It is quite a long lug to lug, but as you can see, the case does at least give you a bit of assistance by pointing downwards at the tips. And I've already discussed the fixed titanium bezel, giving a bit of protection to that sapphire crystal as well. Talking of protection, we have crown guards. 4 o'clock crown always helps with on-wrist comfort as well, but it's still nicely grippy and it has the Bodery logo in it. Let's have a look at the dial on hands then, and let's do it with the aid of the 2 other watches that were sent to me for giveaway. Yeah, a number of different dial colours. I've also got a white one that I'll show you in just a second, but I asked them for this salmon pink with blue. So we have a titanium field watch with a retro dial, but yeah, some really interesting colours. So plenty of options anyway. Everything's just printed on. You can see the numerals, the outer and inner sets of numerals just printed on there, slightly raised from the rest of the dial surface. There is a touch of blue automatic, matching the blue of the hands. Beveled edge to the date complication down there at 4 o'clock, and we have got minute boxes all the way around the outer edges of the dial. Little triangles denoting the 5/45s as well. The handset, not the biggest in the world. They could perhaps have bulked them up just a little bit. But on this model anyway, in blue against the salmon pink, they are quite noticeable, perhaps more noticeable than the Arabic numerals are. And there we are, black on silver. If you want legibility, perhaps don't go for the salmon one. Perhaps either go for the white on black or this black on silver instead. Touch of red here and there, tip of the second hand automatic, and we also have what looks like a touch of Fotina on those hands and on some of the dial markings as well. Clean and easy to read, but obviously that will depend on which colour version you go for. The type and extent of the lume will also vary depending on which colour version you go for. That's actually the silver dial on the left, the black dial on the right, and as you can see, the black dial has fully loomed numerals as well as loomed hands, whereas the white silver one does not. You'd imagine that's going to be an advantage, and when I turn the speed up on these, yeah, it definitely is an advantage. The black watch with more loom hangs on in there better, but not fabulously, if I'm being honest. It's a real challenge to get decent loom for under 100. The only watch that I've found with good loom is the steel dyed 1970. This has got some loom, but it's not amazing. And that's it on wrist. I've got a 7-inch wrist for your reference. It's a slightly unusual looking watch on wrist because of the relatively long lug to lug and the relatively wide lug width for the diameter of the watch, but it's very comfortable, I must say. 105 grams or thereabouts. Yeah, nice, and sits fairly flush. 11.5. As I said, there's a lip on that bezel as well, so effectively it's probably closer to 11. Yeah, it's actually alright on wrist. And this white on black colour version is actually pretty legible as well. Not a big watch, but it has a relatively large dial because the bezel is relatively small. There's no angled rehaut or chapter ring, and white on black numerals, giving you the best chance at legibility regardless of the size of the watch or the dial. And finally, that's it on the single pass Zulu. If you want to save yourself a few dollars, if you don't fancy the titanium bracelet, or you have no intention of wearing it on this hardware, and you're going to put it on your own strap when you buy it, this is the one to go for. It's okay, it's pretty stiff out the box, but it does have nice matched titanium hardware, similar finish here, and it's a single pass. Mind you, 11.5mm thick for the watch. You could probably get away with a double pass under there, no problem, and because they've gone for that 22mm lug width, it sits very securely on your wrist. Again, that's the point. Moans and niggles. Well, good luck sizing up the bracelet with the supplied tool. I reckon you're going to have to get a bit more serious than that will allow. Slightly awkward proportions on the bracelet, which then kind of makes sense once you get it off the bracelet. Loom, nothing to write home about, and I could have done without the ship's wheel on the case back, to be honest. But none of that really amounts to much when you can pick this up for less than 90 bucks. That is definitely a bit of a bargain. But 3 of you won't even have to pay $90, you'll win one. How do you win one? Stay tuned. So, what do you have to do to win one of these Bolderi Voyagers then? Well, you probably know the deal by now, don't you? It's a subscriber giveaway, so please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Like the video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Click the link in the description, head over to the Bolderi website, scroll down to the bottom of any page and sign up for their newsletter by giving them your email address. Once you've done that, come back here, leave a comment on this video, any comment you like, but I suggest keeping it clean to avoid the spam filters. I will pick one comment at random in 7 days' time. I will pin that comment and ask the first winner to contact me by email, not Telegram, not WhatsApp, jody@justonemorewatch.com. Once I've sorted out the first winner, they get the pick of the 3. I'll pick a second comment, pin that, repeat the process, etc, etc, until I have 3 happy winners who'll receive the 3 Bolderi Voyagers. Like I said though, please don't get scammed. I will never ask you to WhatsApp me or Telegram me, and I'll never ask you for $1. Good luck to all entrants, and if you don't win this time, don't worry, there'll be more giveaways soon. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video. If you want to see another Bolderi, click here, or the watch that inspired this one, the Bertucci, click here. I'll see you again in the next one.